Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing a news and stuff video. I know it's been a really long time since I've done one, so I kind of want to ease back into doing them. I think this one is going to be on the shorter side because obviously there's just like way too much news to catch up on, or things have already like come out, so it's not really news anymore. But I feel like I have gathered together a good list of things to share with you guys today, so hopefully you will enjoy this, and I am really hoping that I will do these more frequently. So I'm going to start, as always, with lots of bookish stuff, and then I will end by talking about adaptation news. Here we go. Okay, so we got the title for the fourth book in the Nevermoor series. It's going to be called Silverborn: The Mystery of Morrigan Crow. Unfortunately, it doesn't come out until October of 2022. It actually comes out October 13th of 2022 in the UK, but if I had to guess, it'll probably come out a little bit later in the United States. That's how it seemed to work for the other books in the series. So we also got a little like placeholder with the title, and it's purple, so I expect that this book will have a purple color scheme for the cover. I really want to reread the first two books, and I have not yet read Hollowpox, but now knowing that I'm gonna have to wait so long for the fourth book, I'm feeling like maybe I will wait a little while before I do that. Then I was so excited for this announcement. Shannon Messenger announced that the ninth book in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series is going to be coming out on November 8th, 2022. However, she did not say if this is the last book in the series or not, and I'm dying to know the answer to that question. I literally read through like all of the comments on her Instagram post because I was like, maybe someone asked and maybe she replied. There were questions, no one replied. I need to know. I need to know if it's going to be the end. I'm so excited for this one. I'm so glad that there is a release date. I'm sad that it is so far in the future, but I am like really looking forward to continuing. Next, there is a collector's edition of Cinder by Marissa Meyer that is being released. It is a really pretty slipcased edition. It comes in this like beautiful neon pink slipcase. This one is releasing March 15th of 2022. And I'm also kind of hoping that they'll do the rest of the series, particularly Crest, because that's my favorite book. Okay, next is, this was actually in my like email draft for my last news and stuff video that never happened, and it's been a long time, but I just wanted to mention it because it hasn't come out yet. It's so pretty, and I feel like you guys need to know in case you haven't seen it yet, but there is a really, really stunning bind-up edition of Lord of the Rings coming out. It has red sprayed pages and has the inscription on the ring on the pages, and it's like, I love it. It's so gorgeous. I believe it's illustrated. I also believe that there's nothing in it that is technically like new material. It just is like a really nice repackaging of the story that we know and love, and I will for sure be getting that. This one releases on November 2nd. Then speaking of November 2nd, the release date for Lore Olympus actually got pushed back. So this one was supposed to come out in October, but now it's coming out in November. So if you ordered book boxes or anything with special editions of Lore Olympus, I expect that those will be shipping now after the release date. I'm sad that it got pushed back, but I'm glad that it didn't get pushed back too far. It's likely due to all of the shortage issues that are happening currently in the book industry. If you don't really know what's going on with that, just know that it's really important to pre-order any new books that you want because they will likely go out of stock very soon after being released in stores, and it's kind of going to be hard to find physical versions of new books if you don't have them pre-ordered. If you want like an in-depth explanation about what's going on, you should watch Elliot Brooks's video. She was like super thorough, and I like kept hearing about the shortage, but I didn't really know why it was happening. Like I kind of had an idea, and I was kind of right, but like she really went into like every step of the way why there are so many issues. So I'll leave that link down below if you're interested. Then Waterstones has a really pretty edition of Midnight in the Everwood up for pre-order. This one comes out on October 28th, and I definitely grabbed a copy. It's a retelling of the Nutcracker, but it has like a gothic twist to it. So we're following our ballerina, and then we also have the toy maker, and I'm really, really hoping to love it because I love the Nutcracker so much. much, and I've read a couple of Nutcracker retellings and they've like all disappointed me. So I have high hopes for this one. Then Waterstones also has a really pretty edition of Ariadne. It is a white cover and it has all of like the gold foiling and it has like some navy blue details. It is so pretty. I really love it. I think it's gonna look really gorgeous on my shelf. I obviously ordered a copy of this one. Then again, something else that's already released, but I just wanted to mention it, is that Orbit came out with a super beautiful edition of Leviathan Wakes. It's the 10th anniversary edition. It is stunning. You will see it in my book haul, which is the next video that I'll be posting. I also immediately moved it to my shelf because obviously it has a metallic pink spine. The pages are sprayed neon pink. Underneath the dust jacket, there is pink metallic detailing. The end peepers are like this brilliant blue, and there's also an illustration on the other side of the dust jacket. It's just like through and through one of the most beautiful special editions I have ever seen, and I love that it is so widely available. Like you can pick it up wherever books are sold. It's not something that you have to like try to be on your computer at a certain time to get from like a limited stock. It's stunning. Then Orbit is also releasing an illustrated edition of The Last Wish, which is the first book in the Witcher series. This one's coming out on December 7th, and if it is anything like this Leviathan Wakes edition, it's something you're not going to want to miss. All right, now moving into some adaptation news. So Howard Shore is currently in negotiations to do the music for the Amazon Lord of the Rings show. So excited to hear that. It's not definite yet, but it is in the works. So I think Howard Shore was just such like an icon in creating the whole atmosphere of like the not original, but of like the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies, which is like how I envision the series. And I think having him on board would just like give me even more confidence about this show that's coming out. I'm already very excited for it, but this just like is next level. The show is premiering on September 2nd of 2022, and production for the second season is beginning next year, though there's still no title for the series, which is very interesting. Then an interesting bit of news. So Amazon's Wheel of Time is actually recasting the character of Matt for season 2. Matt is probably, if not my favorite, then my second favorite character in the Wheel of Time series so far. I don't know why they're recasting him. They haven't actually made any of the reasons clear publicly, but it's interesting that they're doing so, and production has actually already started on the second season, so I think the new Matt is already there doing his thing. It's Donnell Finn, who was, I believe, in Game of Thrones, that will be replacing Barney Harris. Then Disney Plus is going to be adapting Sal and Gabby Break the Universe. This is a series that was published under the Rick Riordan Presents imprint, and I think that this is like perfect for Disney Plus. I'm really excited to see that this is getting adapted, and I would not be surprised if we get like a whole bunch more announcements, maybe on Disney Day when they have the when like D23 is coming up. I feel like they'll make a lot of announcements, and I would not be surprised if they announce that they'll be adapting more of the Rick Riordan Presents imprints. I don't know if you remember, but was it a year or like a year and a half ago, Disney sold so many of their YA titles off. I think Hachette, like Little Brown, ended up buying like a whole bunch of them. It seems like they're really focusing on series, like books and series that are tie-ins to current properties. Like they're definitely heavily focused on Star Wars. Obviously, they do all the Lucasfilm books, they do lots of Marvel books, and with this Rick Riordan Presents imprint, I just feel like they are kind of like expecting the majority of those to also get adapted. So that's just my 2 cents. That's not like a fact, but that is the impression that I've gotten. So I'm just like putting that out there. Then I was so excited because Hulu finally announced the 3rd season of The Orville, which is one of my favorite shows. It's a sci-fi show. It is very much like a love letter to Star Trek. I watched The Orville prior to watching Star Trek, and it used to bother Andrew because I would be like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of The Orville. And he would be like, no, The Orville reminds you of Star Trek. I'm so glad that they're coming back. The 3rd season is going to be premiering on March 10th of 2022, so it's not like super far away. The it's coming, like I can see it. So I'm really excited about that. They released a little teaser trailer, but honestly, like it wasn't the best teaser. It was just like kind of like a still image of the bridge, and then you just heard like lots of voices implying different things, but either way, like I cannot wait. Then, so I mentioned, I think it was my August wrap up, I was talking about how much I am absolutely loving Only Murders in the Building, and it's been announced that that is going to be getting a season 2 over at Hulu, and that makes me so happy. I seriously look so forward to that new episode every Tuesday. I really just want to know like how the story is going to end and like what happened. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm like hoping that it will be another murder in the Arconia. Love it. Then this is like very random, and I feel like almost no one is going to get this news, but there was this video game that my brother and I always played together as kids on PlayStation. It was called Twisted Metal, and we also played Twisted Metal 2. You chose like a car that you played as, and then you were just like in like a field, and you kind of had to just like, you know, destroy the other cars and like be the one who's the winner. And that video game is getting adapted into a TV series, and they actually just cast Anthony Mackie in the lead. So I'm really excited about that. I have no idea how that's going to translate into a series, but I have such fond memories of that video game. Then it was also announced that Netflix is adapting Matthew Wagner's Grendel comic into a series. Grendel is a fencer slash writer slash assassin who lives in New York City and wants to get revenge for a loved one that he lost, and in order to do so, he kind of like joins in with the like New York underground crime scene, and I'm really excited about this. I feel like it's such like a random like comic to get adapted, but I will definitely be watching it. And then lastly, I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for the Super Mario animated film that's going to be coming out. Chris Pratt is going to be playing Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be playing Peach, Charlie Day is Luigi, Jack Black is Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key is Toad, and there are also like a couple of other people, like I think Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, and is it Sebastian Maniscalco is Cranky Kong? Yeah, I'm excited. Or maybe it's Fred Armisen. I can't remember. Either way, very excited about it. This is actually coming out in theaters on December 21st of 2022, so it's still like a little over a year away, but I'm excited. So this was my first news and stuff video back. I know it's been like a really long time, but I, again, like do really want to get back in the habit of making these. I think a lot of people appreciate them and enjoy that they're very informative. I'm also going to try to be better about talking about like special editions that are coming out in these videos so that you guys are aware of those. That's pretty much it. So I hope that you guys are glad that this is back. Let me know something that I talked about that you're excited for, or if you have any other news to share in the comments that maybe I didn't cover, I would love to hear that as well. But that's all that I have for this video, so I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye!